focus away from a tilt at the top four and instead to a scrap for survival. The Red Devils currently 6 points short of safety and heading as it stands for the qualifiers for the second year in a row. James Child about to get this one underway. The Widnes fans away to my right hand side. Lots of solid Salford colour here as well. Hanbury gets us underway. It's going to be Salford to take the ball in first up in the shape of Craig Kopchak. Terry alongside me serve both clubs with great distinction. Terry, what are you expecting from this?
Ben, I'm expecting a real physical game from both of these sides. Obviously the results have gone against them and they find themselves down in 8th place Widnes and 10th place Salford, so there's so much at stake. It's so important that when you've not been picking up the results and you've not been playing well, that you have a good early touches, you get to your kick, you defend really strongly, and that's, I'm sure, what both coaches would have said to players.
Salford attacking down the left hand side. It's a good tackle coming in from Thompson and Mellor. Josh Jones though for the Red Devils, inching close to that 20-metre line, the Widnes 20-metre line, the danger zone. Last one coming up. Logan Tompkins in position, goes to the short side with Dobson. Dobson just thinks a kick over the top. That's taken by Reece Hanbury.
Well,
deals with the danger.
Sorry, Ben, that's a brilliant set of six, and it right from the kick-off. They trap Widnes down in the right-hand corner. They're defending strongly, they carry the ball strongly. Look, getting to the kick, Michael Dobson, a bit of time, puts the ball in the air, and the pressure's now on Widnes to bring the ball away.
Yeah, Salford will now just try and hump the mistake. There's 3 in the tackle there for the Red Devils, led by George Griffin. Kopchak in there as well. Wide from White. That's Cahill for the Vikings. Under the tackle of opposite number there, Mark Flanagan. White again, into O'Carroll. Flanagan in defence again. And the kick from Mellor. First action for Gareth O'Brien. Brings in Justin Carney for the first time.
Yeah, the man who's made more metres than anybody else in Super League, Justin Carney. Also look on the other wing, Daniel Vido. Absolute huge man. Here he is bringing the ball away. You've got to meet him, you've got to get your body straight in front. Won't give him half a chance.
Gil Dudson did that. There's a penalty here though against the Vikings for offside.
That's because of the presence of those 2 players that Tez has mentioned. Daniel Vide, Justin Carney, trying to gain that momentum, and they know Widnes have to prevent Salford from getting that roll on. They've got some skill and some craft in Robert Louis and Michael Dobson, and they can potentially hurt you in the right positions.
Both unique kits for this special occasion. We've talked about the Sir Bobby Robson Foundation and the connection with the Widnes Vikings. Salford strip in memory of the Joshua Wilson Brain Tumour charity. They've got a Super Josh logo on the chest there in recognition of Joshua Wilson. Here they are in attack though with Kopchak.
Well, there's a good shot from Eamon O'Carroll as well, hunting from the inside.
15 metres away from that Widnes line. Flanagan, strong run from him, gives it to Louis. And Sow spins away. Sow's got support on that right-hand side and they're in. Daniel Vido's in for Salford. In the corner, Daniel Vido, first blood to the Reds. It's his first Super League try of the season, signed on a 2-year contract from Brisbane Broncos. And Daniel Vido gives Salford the advantage in the early stages here at St James's Park. Averages a try every other game over 7 NRL seasons and showing just why he's so dangerous in the Super League.
A wonderfully constructed try here from Salford. Still had 3 men to beat Daniel Vido. I wonder when he gets the congratulations for his teammates, you look at him in comparison with all the other players with the big numbers, the 8s, the 10s, the 11s, he's dwarfed them. And he's delighted to get the first try set up on a plate by his centre partner Junior Sow. I think that's a real benefit and a real danger sign for the Widnes the Widnes Vikings.
Gareth O'Brien with the kicking responsibilities, and no one better. He holds the record for this magic concept. 10 goals he got in Warrington's 68-4 defeat of Widnes at Manchester in 2012. It's a tough angle for him to start this one, though. Looking to give Salford Red Devils a 6-point lead. Just hits the post. So close, Gareth O'Brien, but great start, Salford.
Yeah, quick hands out onto that right-hand side, and if your defence comes in on the angle, and you can see we've well caught out the winger there. And look at the strength of this guy. He takes some stopping.
Represented Queensland at under 17 level, Daniel Vito. Represented Samoa as well. Salford get the ball back from the restart in the shape of Robert Louis. The Widnes wall is good, there's 4 in there. White and Dean among them.
And Ben, you look at the Widnes forwards, they're a much bigger side, I feel, than Salford, but it's the outside backs. You got Vito, Carney, like we said, Gareth O'Brien, he's the dynamic player at the back. But they need some shots like that. They need to try and force the error and set the dominance in field.
Well, that's the second one from Widnes. It was Mark Flanagan then. He spilt the pill and he's give possession to the Vikings.
What a hit from Hep Cahill, one of the Vikings' key men. Here is Brown then, Widnes in good field position, in possession as a result of that contribution there from Hep Cahill. 12 or so metres away. Here is O'Carroll, drives it in. The Vikings looking for a response to that Salford try. This is Dudson. That was Mellor, and spinning is Hanbury. Tompkins does enough in defence, alongside Josh Jones there. This is White trying to snipe away there, almost to the line. Last one coming up. Widnes couldn't be closer. Mellor to the left-hand side with the danger man Kevin Brown, puts it on the toe.
Oh, almost. And Kevin Brown has to be at his best today to control and give his team the best chance and best possibility. Stuart, what's the ruling?
Well, I'll just ask the video referee just to check that James Child got the decision right. He's opted for a goal line dropout. This is what happened earlier in the piece, and it's that touch there. I think it comes off Widnes last, so this decision may well be changed to a 20-metre restart.
You know, this is going to be a big call here for Widnes. They need the field position, they need more pressure on Salford's line, and Kevin Brown chooses to kick that ball because they can't break Salford down. They were very good hunting in numbers. It's the drop out from under the sticks here, so Widnes do get another set of 6. They've got to ask more questions, though you can see that Salford have turned up and they're playing really well defensively.
The restart collected by Mellor.
Do you know, he's not the biggest Eamon O'Carroll, but shoot, he runs so hard. They just pick one man out, as does this man, Gil Dudson. I'm sure we'll find some big hits over this weekend as well, Ben.
Yeah, plenty of homework for Barry and Terry this weekend. Good hit there by Murdoch-Masila.
Lovely stuff there from Widnes. Some really nice interplay around the ruck, around the play of the ball, trying to find the bigger plays, and they've earned the side a penalty. Good stuff from Widnes.
And what Widnes do, though, when they take the ball away from the big plays, then they turn it back inside. They're looking for one of those bigger forwards who's just going to switch off and thinks, yeah, the ball's going away, I can have a bit of a breather here. Targeting Ben Murdoch-Masila, one of the biggest men for Salford, and Widnes choosing to run the ball again here. This is the third set of 6 close to Salford's line.
They decided against 2, and they're going to put some more pressure on this Salford line. Kevin Brown in the engine room. How key his return is for the Vikings. Good ball from Mellor. Wrestled to the ground by Tompkins, but they're inching closer here, the Vikings. 5 metres away. Brown again, delayed ball. Hanbury goes himself, and Reece Hanbury goes in for the Widnes Vikings. They didn't take long to respond, 3.5 minutes or so, and Reece Hanbury with his 9th Super League try of the season He's now got 500 points in British club football. 68 for the Crusaders as well. But more importantly, Widnes pressure finally pays off.
Well, he's a runner, Reece Hambury, the man who's at the back to defuse all the situations. And what you see when you've got Widnes, when they throw the ball out, they're a good side. This is the first try from Vido. They scored the opening try, but Widnes then, a few minutes later, just come up with their own play here. The ball goes out to the right. Reece Hambury backs himself. He knows he's got the numbers outside, and because he had them numbers, he could get a one-on-one with a Salford defender, and he just takes them over the line.
And you back his instinct in those situations. He knows he's looking for a defender to have a slight focus on what he might do. But a good riposte, a good reply from Widnes, built on the back of some awesome defence, some great shots. They look very organised when it's time to defend.
Dennis Betts will be delighted with that effort there. Here is Hambury then to try and improve his own try. This for the lead. Goes straight between the uprights, and the Vikings have the advantage at St James's Park. They lead by 6 points to 4.
He's a wonderful player. He knows the way to the line, and they just held off the Salford defence. He can't do that against his very talented fullback. Just threw the dummy, his body just swerved away. There was no way in the world he was going to be stopped. Great fight back from the black and whites.
But a memorable try in the Vikings' first Magic win. That was against Salford, 2014. This is now Dudson for the Vikings.
Well, Ben, you've got some of the best coaches in the world. They talk about when you score tries, you can't make a mistake. Whether it's just 5 drives and a kick to the corner, Chris Houston with a strong carry on the back of Gil Dudson, but good defence yet again, turning Widnes on the bat as Reece Hambury goes from dummy half.
Already shown how dangerous he can be in this game, Reece Hambury. A kick from Kevin Brown. Over to the Salford right-hand side, and O'Brien has collided with that.
Do you know,
Widnes are going to imply more pressure in a minute.
Sorry, Ben, the way that Kevin Brown kicks that ball, he kicks it, has it flat and kicks it on the outside edge. He wants the ball to bend in back towards the fullback. As you see it bounce, it collides with his knee. Gareth O'Brien, he'll want to rewind that and do a little bit better, but I think it was a fantastic kick from Kevin Brown.
And they're the sort of sets that you want after scoring a try. Kevin Brown choosing to kick that ball on the third play, knowing that Salford were all up in the line. There was a bit of space at the back. Gareth O'Brien goes for that ball, and he just makes the fumble. So, yeah, again, it's more pressure here for Salford.
Gareth O'Brien, 4 Widnes appearances back in 2012. This is Mellor. Nice ball again for Hambury, and Hambury could be in again. Hambury is in. Or is he? It could be 2 tries in 3 minutes for Reece Hambury. James Child's going to hand it upstairs to the video official, Phil Bentham.
Well, this could be a huge mistake, couldn't it? Oh, Widnes, I'm going to look at an obstruction rule in here, Stuart.
That's right, no try on the field. So he's obviously seen something that's concerned him out there. Collision as the ball's coming through, and I think there it is. The lead on Michael Dobson will stop him moving across. So he's the runner's definitely stopped in the line. Had he continued running, he might have got through. He's either got to stop short or get through the line. Well, he's right in the path of Michael Dobson.
Can I just ask you the question here? If Michael Dobson continue his line going forward, because he was backing off, and then did he back into the Widnes player?
Well,
what would you say to that one?
Well, I would say that it's the onus of the Widnes player to keep out of the way, and he's blocked his path going across, and I think this will be disallowed.
But do you understand what I say though? That if you get through, it was the dummy runner through the line, and then because you're backing off as a defender, trying to buy some time, you're trying to buy some time to get across.
Well, the video referee, their protocols have purely looked at what the attacking man's doing. If he stays in the defensive line, then the onus is going to be on him mainly. Now, there is the time when a defender goes towards him and moves off his normal line, but that didn't happen on that case.
Yeah, it was pretty smart work as well by Michael Dobson. He realised that if he made contact with a man, which he did, then he'd have a pretty good chance of having that try declined.
I think we talked about it a week or two ago. I'm not so keen on that, mate. I think it's a form of cheating, and it's a shame for Widnes. I think it was a lovely set-up play, but Salford using the rules to their benefit.
Yeah, well, there's quite a few teams that often cheat, and it's up to the officials to make sure that they turn it down.
And now the Reds looking for a try at the other end. A great kick from Louis. And Hanbury had to get across. The positional sense had to be there. The speed had to be there. And Reece Hanbury just about tidies up for the Vikings. We talk about Kevin Brown, but Robert Louis, such a key part of the Salford attack.
Well, that's the battle for me. Robert Louis, Kevin Brown. And Robert Louis, when he puts that dink behind the line, he knows he has those two runners already set up, Junior Sow and Murdoch Masilla. Really asking questions, Salford, but at the right end of the pitch.
In a revelation this season, Robert Louis, 6 tries in his last 6. Widnes in possession.
Sorry, Ben, I was just saying they were just quite content working the ball upfield. Another good kick here.
A great kick from Kevin Brown. Gareth O'Brien, though, stationed over on that Salford left-hand side.
And Widnes now hunting, getting 3 players in. They know that they've got to slow this first play down. Here goes Carney, drops the ball off to Vido. They've got to still make sure that they switched on. You can see Justin Carney pushing Michael Dobson out the way, so he's going to go forward here. Christine spots that and he moves forward trying to stop him, but such a powerful man.
Great work there from Justin Carney. He's got Salford on the front foot again, despite that Widnes pressure. Inside the Vikings half of the field, Josh Jones into Michael Dobson, now Louis. And Louis gets it away to Ben Murdoch Masilla. Flick out the back door. Junior Sow taken down. Here is Dobson. Goes to the air this time. There is some sunshine around as well. And here is Hanbury. Collected it safely.
Yeah, well, no real pressure on Reece Hanbury and caught the ball quite easily. Charlie Runciman here, and both sides going set for set. Not making mistakes now. Seem to have settled into the rhythm of this game. Couple of early tries, one apiece.
We expected this to be close. They've got identical win-loss records, these two. Salford 2 places below the Vikings due to that salary cap breach and subsequent 6-point deduction. White inside again. Salford defence number up. Tompkins and Kopczak. O'Brien in the right place for the kick. Here is the counter.
And Ben, sometimes when you watch the game and you think, well, that's a bit boring. Why are you doing that? You don't need to overcomplicate plays. And when they talk about going set for set, you don't have to push that ball if you don't think you can get it away, but then you hear one of your teammates shouting for it. Just because your arm's free doesn't mean you have to pass that ball. Sometimes you just got to pull it back in and get towards the back end of your plays and get the ball kicked.
One of Salford's key strike players missing today, of course. Niall Evalds suspended. He took an early guilty plea after being found guilty of a grade B dangerous contact on Mark Percival. Salford here.
Well, it's McGrath Lula, who can't get out of the way. He's doing his best. And the hooker collides. Penalty is given, and Salford will have a chance to ask more questions. Enjoy the field position, enjoy the possession. As we've mentioned already, it's a very hot day. You want to make sure you retain the ball. Don't do too much defending. Completion rates are quite high already. 75 for Salford and 88 for the Vikings. So that's Kevin Brown's influence. Get to the kick, enjoy possession.
Salford with that possession in the Widnes half of the field. It's Houston though with the tackle for the Vikings. Tompkins, Louis. Now Kopczak steams onto that ball. Outstanding this season, Craig Kopczak. His 250th career appearance this afternoon. Tompkins, O'Brien, Louis holds on.
Well, quite content to have Louis on one side, Dobson on the other, and then you've got Gareth O'Brien who also chimes in.
Here is Dobson. Now Josh Jones gets away from one. It's a sideways run, but looked to cause some damage there. Josh Jones. Louis doesn't stick the pass though. Junior Sow it was, I think, who was the intended target.
It's too hard, that pass. Probably the pressure from the Widnes defenders hurried Robert Louis into that decision. He had two runners, Murdoch Masilla, probably the better option around the back.
It was a good hard line though from Sow, wasn't it?
Junior Sow runs that line every single time and catches 99 times out of 100.
But it's the speed at which Robert Louis goes at the line, and then he's got both of those players outside him. That sucks in the Widnes defenders. So whether there's space out the back, you can see the urgency of Louis carrying the ball, that really you, as a defender, you're focused on him, because you don't know whether he's going to pass the ball or whether he's going to take you on.
Junior Sow, 4 years in Newcastle, the Australian variety, 26 tries in 86 in the NRL for the Knights. The first of 3 matches coming up for you on Sky Sports 3 live this afternoon. Following us, it's Warrington Castleford. That kicks off at 4:55, and we finish with a cracker. Leeds against Wigan. 7 o'clock kickoff for that one. Stay tuned, Sky Sports 3. 3 in the tackle for Salford, but the pass is delivered. And then a huge hit there from Griffin. That was on Corey Thompson. Now Mellor. Brown. Now Houston.
Good feet at the line from Chris Houston. Steps off his left, gets his nose through the line.
Dudson crashes into the tackle of 4 initially Salford defenders. And now Brown goes the other way.
I think he'd be disappointed with that. He had all the time in the world, Kevin Brown, to place that ball where he wanted it. There wasn't enough pressure there, wasn't quite far deep enough to turn Salford around, but 57 metres carrying the ball Widnes made in that set, so they are starting to find the feet. The forwards are starting to get into that battle with Salford as well.
Sow played the ball for Murdoch Masilla. This is Dobson now. Good angled run from Carney. Really tough man to put down, Justin Carney. Gets them to halfway, the Salford Red Devils. Here is Dobson, looking for touch on this near side, and he's found it. Great kick from Dobson.
I think he'd be happy with that, Ben. He kicks the ball off the edge of the pitch, but it's the carry from Carney. It's the carry, the quick play of the ball, the attention he needs that gives Dobson the time and space to pick that ball where he wants. We're just coming up to the end of the first quarter, and it's been a brilliant battle. Here we go. Big, powerful player, Justin Carney. One of my favourite tries of Magic over all the 10 years is the try he scored for Castleford, where he shrugged and threw off. It looked like 15 players to score the try.
Yeah, we said before the game started that it would be a great battle between Kevin Brown and Michael Dobson in the kicking department. And quite frankly, you could see there that the message from Ian Watson, the Salford coach, is that kick early, try to get that deep kick into it and make sure that your defence is good.
The pick up from White. This is Houston now. Widnes down the left-hand side. Brown. Now Mellor. Some width for Hanbury. That's a great tackle though.
It was a great tackle until he tips him up. Justin Carney is renowned for those. He spots his player, he gets his shoulder in. Obviously with the size and shape of him, he gets into that squat position, upends the players, but it's that bit just at the back end. Chris Bridge, I'm sure he won't appreciate that, and I'm sure Justin Carney will be slightly disappointed with his technique.
And Chris Bridge certainly felt that. But the legacy is a good position for the Vikings. Mellor. That's Chris Dean now. Adam Wallner in defence for Salford. Mellor back inside. Good progress from the Vikings again. Hanbury plays it for White. Scampers in. Good run. Mellor again. White. Oh, he's tiptoed to the line here. Lord White, is he over it?
Oh, what a shame. What a shame for Widnes there. They were a little bit scrappy. Joe Mellor didn't know whether to play the ball or not. That half a second just allowed the Salford defence half a chance. That's all they needed, and Lloyd White, well, he drops his chips over the line.
So a couple of chances for the Vikings, but they are the ones exerting the pressure.
But there's nothing in this game, is there? Obviously you look at the scoreboard, just 2 points, but actually if you're weighing the game up, forget the scoreline. Both of these sides have had opportunities. Both of the sides are taking those chances and getting that field position.
Well, Salford won a thriller 28-22 in the inaugural Manchester Magic back in 2013, and then Widnes broke their magic duck 12 months later and repeated that success last year with that Kevin Brown inspired win over Salford. Walnut for the Red Devils. Here is Dobson, turns it back inside.
They seem to be doing that a lot, turning players back inside, taking it away from the ruck and then back into the guts with a wide shift after that.
Junior Sao evades a couple. Junior Sao, is a great dummy from Junior Sao. Has he got the speed? The pass, what a miracle pass that was from Junior Sao. And now Logan Tompkins carries on the attack for Salford. That was breathtaking.
Well, that was incredible, wasn't it? Just keeping the ball line, hitting a real good line, Junior Sao. Kevin Brown goes over the top of him, and then he still has the presence of mind to offload the ball. But absolute brilliant build-up play. What about that for the ball?
Top skill. The game just opened up in the last 30 seconds. Talked about how tight it had been. Junior Sao, he probably thinks that's enough of that.
Absolutely sensational from that man. White. Luluai.
Oh, he gets his arms free. Manukau forward, nobody in support of him though.
And on the back of that run from Manukau, it's Mellor. Oh, Mellor had support.
Well, they just seem to be hesitating. When there's the previous player, the ball, Manukau, he's looking for somebody. And then I think it's when Joe Mellor goes from dummy half. It's a split second. He just needs somebody there. He's holding the ball up as long as he can, waiting for that support player. Lloyd White just cannot get there.
Well, that's two opportunities for Widnes. And if you count the Junior Sao break as an opportunity, that's 3 chances, 4 tries. 2 to Widnes, 1 to Salford already.
Really good game developing at St James's Park, the opener for 2016, the Magic weekend.
But you will be nervous, Ben. If you're not used to winning, you've been losing games. These are nervous times. Look at that pass. It's a schoolboy error, really, when you just throw the ball to the floor. You've got enough teammates around you. He looks powerful, doesn't he? Josh Jones, back from rugby union. Powerfully built.
Got his first try back in rugby league on Sky, a 31-30 home defeat to Warrington.
Well, McGrath Luluai trying to close that play down. It was Michael Dobson.
He's a very enthusiastic player, McGrath Luluai, but he's missed a couple of tackles. He's got caught offside. He just needs to settle down.
But that's his game. That's his game, Baz, isn't it? When he gets off the line, he's always hunting that big hit.
He needs a better version of his game, where he's not missing tackles and giving penalties away. That's what I'm saying.
So Michael Dobson sees that, and that's the vision from Michael Dobson. He can spot that straight away. There's somebody shooting the line. Someone's trying to cut the play down.
Jake Bibby with his first contribution.
Well, Christopher Dean thinks he's riding a Blackpool donkey.
Great field position then for Salford. This is Kopczak. That's how close Salford are. Less than 5 metres between them and the Widnes line. Camped under the post. Joseph there. Ex-Widnes, of course. Dobson with the short ball. Haraki trying to get the arm free to offload. There's 3 around him to prevent that happening. Joseph waits. Untidy. Eventually the ball is played, and Kopczak with the short ball for Dobson. That's a good hit though.
Well, I've never seen Michael Dobson come onto a crash ball like that near the line before.
And I don't think he'll be doing it again either.
A good hit from Lloyd White. Louis, surely there's an obstruction there.
Yeah, well, he spotted Robert Louis. Murdoch Masilla. See, gets the ball, goes round the back of him as Murdoch Masilla just impedes Manukau.
I think both sides need to just calm down slightly. They're getting a little bit excited. Okay, there's only 2 points between the two sides. But both the coaches, Dennis Betts and Ian Watson, get a message out, say, come on, we've got to camp down in the opposition quarter. They're just getting a little bit too excited.
2 tries in the opening 8 minutes. And then we've been stalemate for 17. Houston taken down by opposite number Murdoch Masilla. White inside. Malakafoa over halfway for the Vikings. Still going, Menezi Malakafoa. Tongan international.
It's a good, powerful run. And again, look at that. He attracts 4 forwards. They can't dominate him in the tackle. He still lands on his front. Look at this. His desire not to be dominated in that play earns his side a penalty.
Adam Walney, guilty party. Good opportunity now for the Vikings. Jeremiah taps it. This is Brown, and now Houston. Within 13 metres or so now of that Salford line. Jeremiah. Brown. That was Mellor. This is Hambury. It's a regular pattern of attack for the Vikings, but stopping it's something else for Salford to deal with. Here is Whitley now. Former Vikings under-19 skipper Matt Whitley. Graduated with honours to the first team now. Long ball from Mellor. Picks out Corey Thompson. Corey Thompson cuts back inside. Faced by Dobson. He's still going. Corey Thompson. Corey Thompson for the line. Stopped a metre short. Desperate defence from the Reds. Jeremiah's pass. Now it's Mellor. And Mellor for Kevin Brown. Brown back inside. Chris Bridge.
Well, the width for the pass to Kevin Brown. That's why he turns it back inside. Salford defenders chasing sideways.
Jeremiah. Brown really quickly on the toe. And they're going to get a goal line drop on this time.
Really good stuff from Widnes. The quality of pass from Joe Mellor. It's 15 metres, a bullet pass back inside, and then from that, play the ball. A kick into the in goal. Salford absorbing some pressure, having to defend the line, and Widnes applying it.
And again, a little kick is from that man, Kevin Brown, controlling things out there. Good job that Junior Sau was aware. Just got there in time, getting goal.
Gareth O'Brien with the dropout. Finds Mellor. This is McGrath Luluai now for the Vikings. The shoulder came in from Haraki. And now Dean. Picked up again. Jake Bibby with the tackle. Jeremiah. Mellor. Now Brown. Hambury, great ball. Runciman. Stephen Marsh in the corner. Can he get there?
Is it play on?
Be a try though.
Well, Kevin Brown thinks it is, Ben.
Is it play on? You thought for a second Stephen Marsh had fluffed it. The referee, James Child, he says no try. What have we got when we watch it again?
Steph Marsh has gone straight up to the referee and said he's ripped that out. There you go, Stuart.
Well, that's the decision the video referee is going to look at. Was that ball knocked out, or was the arm knocked and the ball came loose because the arm was knocked? We've got a no try on the field, so we've really got to see, sufficient evidence that the ball was knocked out. And I think that's straight onto the ball from that point.
Yeah, it's the hand on top of the ball from Robert Louis, I think, Stuart, isn't it?
It is. So the ball's not there, but it can still come last off Stephen Marsh going forward. So we know that the first movement was a knockdown by Robert Louis. So there it goes. What happens after? It hits his hand after that. So it's then the last touches by Stephen Marsh. So that should be a knock-on.
So this will be the first knock-on, will it, by Robert Louis, because he's made a play for it, Stuart?
Well, no, he's made a play for the ball, but he hasn't knocked the ball forward. Stephen Marsh has still got the momentum going forward. Had he knocked it straight down to the ground, it would have been okay. But, from my view, Stephen Marsh has got another touch to it after Robert Louis.
So you think it should be head and feet here to Salford?
Knock on there.
Yeah.
This should be head and feet to Salford. No try.
It's another no try for Widnes. Is that 3 now? About 10 minutes?
Two, I think.
2 potential try opportunities. There's a break from Joe Mellor.
I'm still not convinced Phil Bentham yet. I think he's just showed another little touch there.
Well, you're convinced, Stuart?
I'm convinced. And we've also got to remember that it was no try on the field. And I've not seen anything to change my mind.
Here we go. The try is denied. He got one 12 months ago against Salford here. And a shake of the head tells you he's not been successful in 2016 just yet.
Well, he stepped on the left foot and tried to get back on the inside, maybe to get a better position to score the try, but it surprised me that Marsh didn't go for the corner. Straight at it. Don't worry about it.
I don't think he backed himself, Steve-O, did he? He saw the Salford players coming across. He saw the sideline. He thought he was going to get pushed over. That's the reason why he steps off his left. The speed.
Did he have enough space, though? Are you convinced he had enough space?
If he gets low, could he have got in? Well, we'll never know now.
I think he should have gone in for the corner. And I'm sure that now they'll reflect back on that. But it's becoming a nightmare for Dennis Betts, a Widnes coach. As it really looked as though they were starting to control the game. 2 opportunities, and they've lost them on both occasions.
Good run from Wella Haraki. Josh Jones now. Good ball as well. Walner. Robert Louis, the danger man, goes to the air this time. Marsh in defensive mode this time and comes up with the goods on that occasion.
Good take, Stephen Marsh. We already talked about Danny Devo, the number 5. Huge man.
This is Whitley now for the Vikings. Jones in the tackle, Haraki in the tackle. And it's too long, says the official James Child. And another chance for Widnes to deposit themselves into the Salford half of the field via the boot of Kevin Brown.
Well, these are coach killers. You do all the hard work, you get that field position, you get through your sets, you get to your kick, and then you give a penalty away. I know when you're trying to be dominant in defence and you're trying to get off the line and you turn the opposition onto the back, but you've got to make sure that not only you're composed when you've got the ball, but composed when you're defending as well.
McGrath Luluai for the Vikings. 25 metres away from that Salford line. Mellor. Now Chris Bridge with ball in hand. Another plus that he's back. He's missed the last 3 since he faced former club Warrington. Big plus for the Vikings, he's out there. Mellor drops the ball off for Manikafoa.
Well, looking to set a line here. We've got Reece Ambury on the right hand side pushing himself up. Kevin Brown controlling on the left.
Heremiah. Mellor. Stolen.
Shut that down, Robert Louis. He got up quick, forced the Widnes player back inside, and here's a penalty. Joe Mellor, he has the ball straight. There's 2 players, Murdoch Nasilla and Craig Kopchak. Fair penalty.
Luluai again to start the set for the Vikings. Phil Joseph with the tackle. Just 5 metres away. Brown. This is Mellor. Short ball this time. They're in. Widnes Vikings. Too easy, really. Chris Bridge it was. I said that he's a huge plus that he's come back, and Dennis Betts delighted. Chris Bridge back in the scoring stakes as well. It's his first of the Super League season. A magic try, his only magic try previously in Warrington's 2010 Murrayfield rout of St Helens. And now on the mark in 2016, Chris Bridge.
But with all that position and possession, you felt that they had to come up with a try, and that man did, Chris Bridge. Michael Dobson, well, he gets attracted from the dummy runner. But the penalties and just gifting that early and that field position, they double it up, couple of penalties, back-to-back penalties. The strip there on Joe Mellor as he looks to take on Kopchak. But have a little look. The line set from Widnes. Chris Dean goes through. Michael Dobson bites in. He's got eyes for the back runner. And you can see it's just a short, simple pass to Chris Bridge.
And Jay, maybe he's probably guilty of defending the player without the ball, anticipating he might get it. The young centre. You'll want to make better decisions so close to his line next time. But Widnes, they finally get over the try line. 10 points to 4, kick to come.
Got 3 in the cup against Rochdale, Chris Bridge. And now on the mark for Super League 21. And Reece Ambury to try and improve the try. Some concern for Ian Watson. This could put his team 2 scores adrift. Ambury lines this up. Is it 2 more points for the Vikings? He's missed it. Now, how crucial could that be at the end of this match?
Yeah, it looked a simple kick, didn't it? But you can see there that Kevin Brown, they thought that he was going to throw the dummy, but it went out to the second rower. And Bridge came at the right moment Salford just having a little bit of a problem trying to get the defensive line. You can see there that Josh Jones came out on the line, just left a little bit of a gap. And the centre said, thank you very much indeed.
It's always difficult for the outside defenders. If the halfback sinks in, as soon as one player sinks in, you've got to go in. And it was Michael Dobson, I believe, that was the first player that was at fault because he's gone in, which puts pressure on the outside men. If you come in, you've got to close the player down.
Christine for the Vikings. Haraki and Walner in attendance for Salford. Good run. And now Manakafoa. Oh, what a great pass that was from Manakafoa. Whitley on the back of that.
Well,
sensational offload.
Sorry, Ben, it's easy for the Widnes at the minute. There's so many players pushing into the next hole.
Bridge back on the inside. Widnes beginning to go through the gears here. 7 minutes to the break.
I think he's penalised for holding on in the tackle, Phil Joseph, but
I think
there's a very high tackle when that break's made by Kevin Brown.
I think you go for 2 points here, wouldn't you, Barry?
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Wonderful pass from Manakafoa. Good awareness that a support player is going to be there. Matt Whitley carries it on, gets another 15 metres, shows good composure, and from that played the ball with the Salford defensive line really stretched. He's a good player, Manakafoa. Good offloader of a ball.
Well, Dennis Betts said after the win over Salford 12 months ago here that Manakafoa was the best player on the field. Well, he's certainly reprising that today.
He's looked like that carrying the ball, but it's the push up, it's the urgency of the players around the ball carrier that sets you. When you're a defender, you're planting your feet because you don't know who's going to get the ball. Do you push off? Do you sink in on somebody? And it's just a commitment to work for each other.
5 penalties in a row for the Widnes Vikings, and a chance now for Hanbury to put them 2 scores clear. Doesn't fail with that attempt. So Widnes now, the pressure tells, and they now lead by 12 points to 4.
Yeah, pressure's 2 points. They did the right thing. Dennis Betts getting the message out very, very quickly. But Salford have got to sort themselves out at the ruck. The defence, first and second markers are being caught out. Widnes are playing the ball a lot quicker than their opposition.
And Salford are on a team warning here.
Yes, James Charles just been to Michael Dobson and told him they've had 4 ruck penalties in the last 10 minutes and he's put them on a team warning. So they need to improve, otherwise they'll be a man short.
Problems then for the Salford Red Devils. And Widnes will get the ball back. Miller collects.
And if Widnes are clever, and if Kevin Brown takes control here as Manakafoa goes for another line break, if they just keep going at the ruck and they get that speed, they'll be looking at trying to get one of the Salford defenders into the sin bin. You don't have to move the ball away from the ruck, you just need to keep attacking the same place. As Matt Whitley, he looks to the same zone as Aaron Heromai is taking control behind the play of the ball.
It's a smart move as well by Dennis Betts to bring out Jeremiah. He really has been very quick and he's off again. It's confusing this Salford defence.
In terms of morale though for Salford, when they've lost 3 of the last 4, they would dock those 6 points. This kick comes in. Justin Carney has collected, just stumbles. Housing in quickly, but they've lost 3 of the last 4. They docked the 6 points, then they were dumped out of the cup at understrength Castleford. I mean, what sort of morale levels are around the Salford camp just at the moment, do you feel?
I always feel sorry for the team that's been deducted the 6 points, because it's not what's happened this year, it's what's happened previous. So the players out there who've got the points and who've earned those points in hard-fought wins have been penalised for what's gone on previous.
Josh Jones thought about the offload.
Well, he gets it away. He gets his arm free, offloads the ball.
Sorry, Tess, he's Widnes picking up. It's Chris Bridge that eventually ends up with it. It's an impossible offload from Josh Jones, and there's a scramble on the floor.
Well, it's a time like this when Salford, they know they're just struggling at the moment. They wanted to get in a good position, set up for the kick. What do? Josh Jones tries to offload in an impossible situation.
Right, but you've been there as a player. Sometimes when you're behind on the scoreboard, you do get your arm free. You think, yeah, it's on, I can see one of my teammates. Sometimes you just got to rein it in, haven't you?
Certainly do, and Widnes are controlling this game very, very well indeed. As I mentioned before, the action of bringing Jeremiah out onto the park has really just changed its Widnes outlook.
Runciman takes Widnes over halfway. Manakafoa. White wants to play the ball, but there's a problem here for Manakafoa.
I'm not sure who it was, but somebody came in and hit him low.
Well, all the Widnes players, I think they spotted it first, pointed towards it, and the big man, he doesn't go down and stay down often. Who is it?
I think it's one. I really don't like those tackles.
No,
you can't see them coming. You can't defend yourself. You can see anything in front of you, and that's even when the shoulder charge was in. I'd rather word a shoulder charge because I can see what's coming at me. I can't defend myself against tackles like that.
To be fair to him, he's actually gone with the bend of the knee. You know, it's not like he's coming at the side of the joint. I know what you're saying.
The bend of the knee. I still don't buy the bend of the knee. You can't defend that, whether your knee bends or not.
But it comes down to the fact that the knee's supposed to bend in that way. He tackled him in that way. I think the pressure was on his ankle when he landed on him. So, you know, hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, thankfully no damage done, but I don't like those tackles either.
Michael Dobson informed that the incident will go on report. Here is Runciman. Approaching that danger zone as far as Salford are concerned. Matt Whitley. Good tackle though.
There were just 2 minutes to go here. They've still got another. Well, it's the last play, sorry. The ball go high.
Brown gives it to Mellor. And Mellor inevitably to Reece Hambury. Salford deal with it though.
Well, Gareth O'Brien was in the perfect position. It was probably a better option to dink the ball and make Salford come away from their own line. It was unfortunate for Widnes that Gareth O'Brien caught it on the full, but I think Widnes will go in at half-time the happier of the two sides.
Justin Carney wreaking havoc again on the Salford left. This now Wall. Joseph away for Dobson. Spotted that Marsh had just come up slightly and tried to find the space behind him. It's too long.
He did really well then, Stephen Marsh. He speeded towards the play of the ball as it bounced. Then he assessed the situation, but he was right there to see what the ball was going to do. As we always say, the rugby league ball, it can make a fool of you. It bounces all over, goes out the back of play, and Widnes get possession.
He's in now.
The flick, Manakafoa. What's happened here? What's he done?
Straight in front of him. All he had to do was pick that ball up, Robert Louis. Nobody there. 6 points, surely gone adrift.
Robert Louis, 6 tries in his last 6 games and 6 points begging there.
It could have been 7 from 7. Never normally see a player of his calibre make a mistake like that.
Yeah, 91 appearances in the NRL with West and the Cowboys. Good kick from Kevin Brown, meanwhile on the counter. Carney.
Knock on from Justin Carney. Lovely kick again by Kevin Brown. Quick play the ball from Matt Whitley. Gave him the space. That's it, half-time.
Yeah, there isn't time for the scrum, says the official James Child, and it will be Dennis Betts, the happier of the two coaches at the break. Salford took the lead through Daniel Vito, but a couple of tries from Hambury and Bridge put Widnes 10-4 up. Hambury added a penalty goal. Half-time, Widnes in control. They lead by 12 points to 4.
Yes, tremendous first half of this, the opening match of the Super League Magic Weekend 2016. Two desperate sides, desperate for the victory, meeting for the 4th successive time at the Magic event matches. I'm sure that's the situation at half-time. An 8-point advantage. Let's get back to our commentary team. Steve-O, Barry, Terry and Ben Pro.
Thanks, Eddie. Well, are we about to see a Widnes victory for the first time in 2 months? 2-1 in that first half has put the Vikings on course to repeat their magic victory of 12 months ago. That day Kevin Brown was a standout with a hat-trick and beginning to dominate again towards the back end of that first period. Widnes in possession with Whitley into the tackle there of Murdoch-Masila.
Then 12 penalties in the first half. I'm sure both coaches be interested to see what they say, but Widnes, sure they'll like to keep it tight before the opening up. And then Salford, when you get your chances, let's make sure we take them, and that could have been a forward pass there, so Widnes get away with that play.
White gets the pass away for Manakafoa, one of the best in black and white in that first period. White to Brown, now Mellor. Oh, this is a kick, stumble there from O'Brien. Just throws the ball away in disgust. It was a difficult ball to take, but he's put more pressure on his side again.
Well, that is the reason that teams choose on last tackle to shift it, so they commit the defenders, dink it behind the line, and Gareth O'Brien, it's a difficult bouncing ball to deal with. Perhaps he should have trapped it with his foot, slowed the ball down, then picked it up, but those are the micro decisions you make during the game.
Not having the greatest of afternoons against his old club, Gareth O'Brien, so far. Widnes with the scrum, now 20 metres away, as Whitley takes the ball forward now for the Vikings. Roy White waits, and Brown just delays the pass subtly to Hanbury. Waiting is Robert Louis alongside Adam Walner. Houston to within 5 for the Vikings. White's pass, Brown with a good one, but the ball doesn't stick. It was Manakafoa who was the intended target.
Again, the ball could have been out the back. There was 4 Widnes players: Chris Dean, Reece Hanbury, Chris Bridge and Corey Thompson. Hits the lead player, Manakafoa, who wasn't expecting the ball. He thought the ball was going to be going out the back, and maybe that's a ploy for Widnes in this second half. They've been throwing the ball out the back. The Salford players have been going and biting out, so maybe they're now going to start hitting the lead runner because they feel that's where the gaps are going to be.
Widnes shading it. We can get the thoughts of both coaches, Ian Watson and Dennis Betts, at half-time down with Rod Studd.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Well, Widnes, as far as they're concerned, pretty content because they reckon that 12-4 is a pretty fair reflection of what we've seen in the first half, bearing in mind the chances they created but didn't take, and wondering if a bit of patience might not go amiss as far as Widnes are concerned. Let's watch Carney though, Ben.
Absolutely, Carney's away, and it's a great tackle. Such a difficult object really to coming at you to tackle, and they got away with it. Corey Thompson with a brilliant contribution there, follows up with another tackle there. Here is Louis. Louis just scoops the ball cross field. Great take there from Charlie Runciman, and he launches the counter. This is developing into a really good game now.
Well, that was brilliant take from Charlie Runciman. Lloyd White goes blindside here, looking set Steph Marsh free.
We cut Rod off mid-flow there. Rod, just complete your report, please.
Yeah, well, let's just look at Salford, who really have been struggling with penalties. They just need to cut down on the penalties they conceded. They've conceded too many in the wrong place and at the wrong time, and they feel if they can get enough field position and possession, they can get points back on the board and get back into this game. Incidentally, it's pretty warm down here, Ben, and I think that will be a factor as this second 40 minutes develops. It's quite sapping in terms of the heat.
And the game being played at a frenetic pace as they just about see that situation out defensively. Daniel Vito.
Well, it was Chris Houston. It was Chris Houston who hits him. Then Charlie Runciman goes through. The ball's kicked behind the big winger. You can't just sit back and admire the kick. He goes in. There's nothing wrong with this tackle. Hits him over the shoulder. There's no contact around the face, around the neck, Stuart.
No, that doesn't look that way. That's the way James Child saw it. He was right in front of it. So whether there's some other injury, I'm not too sure. Certainly doesn't appear to be any foul play in that tackle.
But it just shows you the importance of the kicking game that Widnes have brought today. Again, just turning the Salford side around. It has been a wonderful contribution by Kevin Brown.
Well, hopefully he's just going off for a concussion test. There's nothing going to be wrong with him. He's only just back, isn't he? He's missed the majority of the season. Big, powerful winger.
Well, Daniel Vito didn't make his Salford debut until a couple of weeks ago. Delayed by a shoulder injury. Finally gets on in his second game. Has had to go for the test, possible treatment.
Yeah, there's just a concussion test. That's what the fourth officials put up on the sideline. So it's not a major injury for him.
Let's hope not. Here is Phil Joseph away for Louis. Louis over the top. Reece Hambury is there. Junior Sau gets to him.
Yeah, it's a good chase as well from Salford. Not much space there. Stefan Marsh looks to target Phil Joseph, uses footwork around one of the bigger men on the pitch. And you can see the outside backs now getting in, giving the forwards a rest because they know they've been doing it tough in the opening 45 minutes defensively.
Corey Thompson with a good run. And now Widnes move over halfway. That's a good hit though.
It was a good hit because he's lost the ball. It's straight underneath Kevin Brown, drops him onto his back, forces the error. Well, that's just a dominant hit, isn't it?
So Salford now with a good chance to attack this Vikings line. Get the feeling that this is what Salford have been after for some time, this sort of field position. And now Walner. Louis, and now O'Brien. The no-look pass. Knock-on called.
Well, they created the numbers, hadn't they? It was a nice play. Involved Phil Joseph, Robert Louis on this right-hand side for Salford. There's the numbers, there's the overload. Probably Gareth O'Brien made that a bit more complicated than it needed to be. He needed to commit the defender, but that double pump just gave Stefan Marsh a chance.
And it looks so easy, but again, you've got to credit those dummy runners. Because of his commitment to push up, it pulls the Widnes defender. I think it was Charlie Runciman who bites in and makes the wrong option, which creates that space on the right edge here for Salford.
Dobson feeds the scrum. Joseph, full start.
Well, Michael Dobson here needs to take control.
Take two.
Well, the referee's talking to Phil Joseph, who's locked in at 13, saying you need to get your head in. The formation of scrum these days, they're nothing like what they used to be in the 30s and the 40s when you were playing, Steve-O.
Here's Joseph. Another with Vikings connections, 22 tries and 54 Widnes appearances for the 31-year-old. Moves in again now. Now Dobson. Louis. Can't get away from the swarm of Widnes defenders. Trio in there.
That was great shape from Salford.
Joseph. Almost caught them. Unawares their cop jacket was to within inches of the line. Salford desperate for a score here. Here is Dobson. Joseph scanning, looking for the option, puts a kick in, and that's going to be too long. Kevin Brown with all the experience in the world to see that go dead.
Well, Phil Joseph, he's come on at play at 9. He's got incredible utility value, but the man that played the ball, Michael Dobson, he'd normally take control of that. Robert Louis, he wanted the ball and didn't get it, and that 6 just fizzled out for Salford.
Here is Whitley. Scamper comes in from Lloyd White. Gets to the 40-metre line. Just over it now. Flanagan with the tackle. Central from the Vikings. Cahill now. Into that Salford half of the field. Kopczak and Murdoch Masilla with the tackle. Brown thinks the ball over the top. It's a bad bounce for O'Brien. More work for the fullback to do. Comes up with the answers this time, but he's in touch.
He's going to get a penalty here. He was grounded by Stefan Marsh, and he did well to stay in the field of play as well. The ball goes away from him. He recovers. Look, he gets back, He knows that Stephen Marsh is coming over, and then it's the second push from Chris Houston that takes him over the sideline and just relieves all that pressure for Salford. But just having a little look at the Salford shape when they get into Widnes' red zone, they've got, when they go the long side, they've got Dobson, they've got Louis, they've got Gareth O'Brien, 3 genuine ball players that'll cause problems if they spend enough time down near Widnes' line.
Salford, the first team to beat the Vikings this season. They led 22-0, won the game, but the visitors did come back to trail by 2 in the second half. So some revenge perhaps for Widnes, but Salford doing everything they can in the shape of Louis. It's a great ball to Walner. It's an even better pass to Griffin. Great work from Salford, gets them into a really dangerous position now. Here is Joseph for Dobson on the left-hand side. Flanagan throws a dummy, takes Dean with him. 2 former Saints men in opposition there.
He's a player that goes at the line, Flanagan.
Here is O'Brien. Dobson quickly shifts it right to Robert Louis. It's a great kick from Louis. Who gets this? Oh, he just couldn't stretch out. It was Bibby. Turns 20 next month, Jake Bibby.
Well, wasn't it a brilliant kick? Look where the ball's landed. Bibby, he was trying everything just to reach out. Great defence.
Well, does he go for the offload there? He tried to offload. The player is tackled. I'm not sure which Widnes player it is. Looks like Houston.
Yeah.
But a lovely passage of play from Salford. They broke the line, and then during that defensive effort, they're starting to attack while they're defending, enjoying what they're doing when they've not got the ball. Is a key to any good, successful side. There you go. Drop out.
Well, they hit him hard, don't they? I don't think he's looking to pass the ball. They just hit him, they wrap him up, they squeeze him that tight, the ball just comes out.
Houston already spent 8 years in Newcastle. 27 tries in 160 for the Knights in the NRL.
I was going to say, Ben, you do know there's 2 Newcastles in the world, though, don't you?
There's 3.
Yes, there is actually.
Go on then.
Yeah, you've got Newcastle under live as well, Tej.
Yeah, I'll give you that one then, Ben.
Joseph moves in. To his left is Louis. Now it's Flanagan. Adam Walner, I beg your pardon. Joseph. Now Dobson. Griffin crashes onto the ball at speed. They repel him. Widnes, but he gets a great offload away. And Joseph looking for the opportunity. Flanagan waits. Now it's Dobson and Adam Walner. Oh. Big hit from Houston. Dobson again. Now Louis. Louis for O'Brien. That's a great pick-up as well from Junior Sowell.
Yeah, well, what a great shot as well, Stephen Marsh. When your centre goes in like Charlie Runciman did, he tried to stop the play. As soon as he does that, Stephen Marsh knows that he can't stay on his winger. He's got to come in and take Junior Sowell. Otherwise, if he sits back on his heels, it's a 2-on-1 and it's a certain try. But Michael Dobson, more and more, coming into this play now. When they're close to Widnes' line, he's dancing around, he's organising, he's probing, he's asking questions. Here's a mistake again from Widnes, Corey Thompson.
What was Corey Thompson doing there? Salford have the ball back in the shape of Kopchak.
Well, it comes back for the scrum, no advantage. Corey Thompson, I think, loses possession while he's trying to find his way through under the pressure of George Griffin, loses grip on the ball.
We can get back down to Rod. We've got news on Daniel Vido, Rod.
Yeah, Daniel Vido went off for the concussion check. He has passed that check, but has to stay off for the full 15 minutes. We've had about 8.5 of that 15 so far, so he'll be on the sidelines for 6.5 minutes, but he will be able to return after that.
Good that Salford, from their point of view, in possession then. Thanks, Rod. 15 metres away, the Reds. Josh Jones plays the ball. Inside is Adam Walne. Christine in amongst the tacklers for the Vikings. Joseph with the pass for Dobson. Louis with a dummy. Great work there from opposite number Kevin Brown. Throws no mean dummy himself, Kevin Brown, of course. Dobson again. Now Flanagan. Mellor with the tackle. Flanagan lands on him. Dobson for Josh Jones. Wrap him up. Chris Bridge and Chris Dean in attendance. Dobson gets the kick away. Is it spilt by Reece Hambury?
I was just about to say how well Widnes had defended. And during any game, there's always periods where you have to absorb pressure. There's the ball, there's the mistake, there's the knock-on. And it's how you handle those periods of pressure. It's how you handle those periods where you have to put maximum effort in, both physically and mentally. Focus and concentrate on not making a mistake, doing your job, fulfilling your role and responsibility. But Widnes, they've got another set of 6 to defend.
Apologies if you heard any industrial language during that exchange. We do apologise for that. Meanwhile, Salford continue this attack. O'Brien. Left is Walnut. Phil Joseph. Urgent pass for Louis. Dobson further wide, over the top from O'Brien. Jones has got support on that left-hand side, and Justin Carney is over the line, and he gets the try, Justin Carney. But he's first arrived in the home defeat of Widnes back in round 3. That's his 8th Super League try this season, and more importantly, it gets Salford right back into this match. He's threatened throughout, and Ian Watson will be so much more relieved about that. Justin Carney over for Salford. The deficit's 4, kick to come.
Well, Widnes just making a mistake. Reece Hambury, he makes the mistake, gives the possession to Salford, and Michael Dobson over the last 10 minutes has had a real big influence in all his touches, his direction at the line. You've got Widnes players, I think it was Joe Mellor who comes on the line trying to stop Michael Dobson from passing that ball. But Michael Dobson just seems to be soaking up all the pressure. He knows that when he's on, he's on. If he gives the ball to that man who does ever so well to stay in and score that try, that's a big, big play.
But with just 30 seconds before, talked about how sides handle that pressure, handle that effort. And unfortunately for Widnes, the 14 and a half minutes we've had of the second half have defended incredibly well. But it just goes to prove you can't defend forever and ever.
Justin Carney, an incredible 71 tries now in 78 matches. That was after 63 and 62 for the Castleford Tigers. Prolific doesn't really do him justice. Here is the kick from O'Brien. He hit the post with his first effort. He's successful with his second, and the deficit now is just 2 points.
Well, this was very, very close for the big fella Carney, but he made sure he got that ball down before. Around about 4 or 5 inches in that, but 16 play the balls on the trot. That really did put Widnes under a lot of pressure, and for once they started to realise they tried to, that previous set of 6, they tried to go down the middle and they failed, and at last they got the ball out wide. It was good play by the second row at Josh Jones. He drifted, let the winger get in the corner.
So a shot of Ian Watson there. Had 2 spells at Widnes. Played 25 games for the Vikings in 2001 and returned for a 16-game spell in 2006. So this will be a significant scalp for him if they can turn this around.
And Ben, we both played during that period while he was at Widnes, Ian Watson. We both commented at the time what a wonderful knowledge he had of the game, how he could slow the game down. And talk about good players slowing the game down, speeding it up, making those crucial decisions, and he seems like he's implied that to his team and got his team to make those decisions as well. Dobson and Louis.
They're on here now, Salford. Michael Dobson then leading the chase. Widnes finding it difficult to get behind the ball to bring it forward.
Cahill and now Thompson into the tackle of Kopjak. Approaching the hour mark in a 2-point ball game. Dudson for the Vikings.
And Widnes really have invited Salford back into this game. They were completing in the high 80s. Now they're down at 70%. Locked with Salford. So I think Dennis will be sending down the message. Look, we've got to make sure that we do what we did in the first half. Get to the kick and defend like your life depends on it.
He got there in the end.
Barry's teeth in there.
Junior Sowell for Salford. 3 in the tackle.
And a big plus, that is a huge plus, isn't it? Going into the final 20 minutes, you got Justin Carney, his teammate on the opposite wing, who goes in for the try, a brilliant try, and now you bring Daniel Vido on as well. Wow.
Buckle up for a breathtaking last quarter. This is going to be pretty good.
Power and speed on the flanks.
Here is Josh Jones. There is Vido back on the field of play. Tompkins into Dobson. Huge kick from Michael Dobson. Highest we've seen so far. Great take though.
I'm sure I heard Lloyd White shouting yours to everybody around him then.
Oh, he's hurt
the ball was going everywhere.
He's hurt himself as he got collected by the Salford defenders. He took an awkward twist and you saw the angst on his face before he hit the ground. Hope he's okay here, Lloyd White. Did incredibly well to deal with that ball. Watch. Is it a twist?
You see the anguish on his face. His right knee heavily strapped.
I think you might find that I think it's Kopchak that goes in and they contact with the head or the shoulder.
I think Kopchak makes contact with his shoulder, doesn't he, on his head. I think that's what caused the knock.
It was a high kick from Michael Dobson, and he did well to get away from it. And then you'll see the big prop forward coming later.
Yeah, I think it was the shot, wasn't it, Mike? Soon you could see him straight away, and he's okay. He's playing the ball, but brilliant take.
Well, this is where Widnes have to just make sure that they can slow things down a little bit. They've been put under a lot of pressure. Remember, 16 play the balls on the trot by the Salford side, put them way down the list, and they've got to do exactly the same thing now. Salford, they've got to be careful not to give away a silly penalty.
Good run from Stephen Marsh, takes Widnes within 15 metres of that Salford line. To the left-hand side with Kevin Brown. And now Runciman. Junior Sowell clutching his arm as a result of that tackle, it seemed. Here is Hanbury meanwhile. And now Brown. Great ball. And Dobson can only parry it behind. There's going to be a goal line dropout coming up in a minute.
Yeah, there's a real issue with Junior Sowell. He got his head in the wrong place. I don't know whether he ended up picking up a stinger, but Michael Dobson happy to get the ball out of play so he can slow the game down. And Junior Sowell, he's getting attention, but he looks like he's okay to continue.
Well, here we go. Widnes will be happy that they're down near Salford's line all the first part of the second half. They just seem to have been defending their own line from those mistakes and letting the ball bounce. Look at that. Because the ball's bouncing everywhere, it just gives Salford those extra metres where they can come up and pressure Widnes.
Dennis Betts, you see, actually born in Salford. His younger brother Darren pulled on the red shirt in the 90s.
Yeah, played with him. Ben, very good player, Darren. He was tough. It was always difficult for him because always the blue-eyed boy in rugby league was Dennis Betts. But he's a very good player, Darren.
Mellor for the Vikings. Comes off words. It's Chris Dean who got up a little awkwardly there. Brown to the right. Not much space for Bridge though.
Trying to give him early ball though for a one-on-one.
Now Thompson gets the ball back for Brown. Tries to just scoop a ball into that danger area. That's great work from Salford in defence.
That is well taken, that. And a brave take as well. Because as soon as he catches this ball, Murdoch Masilla, I'm sure he lands straight on his face. Look at that. He's okay. The Widnes players can jump for that ball. It's a clear contest. As soon as it's there, as long as they don't take him out, there was no shirt grabbing.
You know, it's a good point that Rob Studd made about the temperature, about players trying to take water on. You see, going into the final quarter now, players, as soon as the game breaks and there's a stoppage, the water carriers, the trainers, getting those extra fluids on. I imagine that teams have trained and prepared for conditions that weren't the ones that we're getting today.
Play resumes. Vido under that tackle there from Houston. Two more for you, two blockbusters on the way on Sky Sports 3. Remember, following us, it's Warrington against Castleford. That kicks off at 4:45, and after that, stay tuned for a mouth-watering contest. Always a great game when these two meet. Leeds and Wigan head-to-head from 7, Sky Sports 3.
No, Corey Thompson's known for scoring tries, but he's come up with a few decent tackles on his opposite, Carney. He's took him to ground, he's got to be brave. Just goes underneath, he loses the ball.
They're a good matchup, aren't they, Tez? They look similar body shapes, similar way they play the games.
Similar body shapes, do you think so?
Well, I would say Justin Carney is a similar shape. However, Justin Carney is about 5 stone heavier.
So they're not a similar shape,
They're
then?
similar, they're not the same. A bit like me and you. I'm a more slender version of you, with more hair and bigger brains.
I think that's doubtful on all counts.
What, that I've got more hair than him?
No, that you've got a brain.
Kevin Brown gets the ball away to Hep Cahill. Inside the Salford half of the field. White. Now Dudson. Again central from the Vikings. Kevin Brown, more expansive this time. Houston. 3 around him. Good tackle coming in from Louis. Lloyd White. Now Bridge. And now Mellor. Dean is tackled there by Griffin. Good hit there. Griffin made his Super League debut against Widnes with Hull KR 4 years ago. Bridge. The kick scooped over the top in the nick of time by Brown.
Well, kicking on the 4th player then, Kevin Brown. The numbers, a lot of players just running out of space for Widnes, running sideways. Kevin Brown chooses to kick the ball over the top, but again well defended from Salford. Vido takes the ball forward, and again, because of the size of him, I know he keeps saying it, but he commits 3 defenders, which then means you're short somewhere else. A strong carry from Griffin as well.
Louis. Dobson. Short ball. Scramble well in the shape there of Christine to take down Flanagan. Kick over the top.
Oh, well picked up from Reece Ambry. You imagine trying to pick the ball up when there's 2 players running at you, whether they're going to kick the ball, whether they're going to jump on top of you. You've got to be brave at fullback. You're the last line of defence. You've got to deal with the high balls, the low balls, anything that comes through. You've got to take that man to ground.
This game indicative of the competitiveness of Super League 21. 2 points the difference with 17 to go, just as there was 2 points the difference with 11 left last time they faced each other. Here is Dudson for the Vikings into the tackle of Kopchak. 2 vital points at stake in the first utility Super League. Brown. 4 kick of Ryan Redknapp.
Well, Kevin Brown on the last play, he's the man who's always going to take control. Say 90% of the kicks come from Kevin Brown. He's the player who wants it in his hands.
And I think Gareth O'Brien knew that, and he's been in good position all afternoon. He hasn't always dealt with it properly, but he's been in position, Gareth O'Brien.
Got through a lot of work, had to do a lot of work. As Vido gets to the halfway for Salford. Here is Logan Tompkins. Inside now is Dobson. Kopchak.
And Widnes could get a touch tighter there in defence. They had a couple of players defending outside the winger, which means that it's obviously going to be easy for the Salford players who are carrying the ball when they're pushing up, supporting each other.
Last one coming up. Dobson. Another raking kick into the air. Hambry underneath it. Solid underneath it.
Again, the spatial awareness of Reece Hambry. He knows that players are coming, but he never takes his focus off the ball. That's the most important thing. It's moments like that that games are won and lost. This game, obviously, 2 points in it, still neck and neck. My money's on Widnes. What about you, Tez?
I think Widnes are going to sneak this, Ben. I think they've had all the pressure. And then they're trying absolutely everything. I'd say Michael Dobson has been brilliant in this second half.
Worth pointing out, there wouldn't be anything to choose between these two in Super League were it not for Salford's points deduction and showing just how evenly matched they are. 2 points the difference. The destiny of these 2 points, but the competition, anything but settled.
Yeah, pretty smart little kick there from Kevin Brown. The two previous, he's trying to dink over the top. And he realises now that maybe the clock will be on their side. You can see quite a few of the players, they're finding it difficult to get their breath and pack the scrum down. There's the time off.
And you can go back to 2012 when Kevin Brown was announced at Magic Weekend in Manchester that he was going to be a Vikings player for 2013. Probably the biggest signing for the Widnes club in the Super League history. A man who really does take control and leads by example as well to some of the younger players within the squad.
He's actually played every Magic Weekend, Kevin Brown. Played in all 9 for Huddersfield and Widnes since 2007. 5 tries in that time as well. Here is Jones. Hands off Mellor. Comes back for more. And Dean in there as well, alongside Luluai. Logan Tompkins scampers away.
Now this is a big part of the game where you need to know what your job is and make sure that you carry it out. 14 minutes left. You're going to be absolutely... Oh, again, another mistake. You're going to be blowing Gareth O'Brien. Take the ball away. Get that defender running sideways. Slip the ball inside. Was there a hand from Widnes?
I think it looks like it.
Yes, that's what is ruled. There's just a hand in. And that was probably the reason why the pass went to ground. He's just knocked it down.
Well, Salford now 45 metres from Widnes' line. What's left in the tank from both of these sides?
This is Robert Louis. Tompkins. 3 in the tackle for Widnes. To put down Murdoch Masilla. Tompkins, Dobson. Now Kopchak. His blood to water, as always. Craig Kopchak in the Salford cause. Here is Tompkins, meanwhile. Sniping run from him.
Tompkins runs from dummy half because of Kopchak's powerful run.
And that's put Salford within 10. Kopchak again. Offloads for Dobson. Dobson to the left for O'Brien.
Good read from Chris Bridge.
Clobbered by the dual England and Ireland international Chris Bridge. Dobson with a crossfield kick. It's come back. Who wants it? The referee says 0, and they're going to go in here with Daniel Vino. Daniel Vino goes over the line. It could be his second try, but James Child is going to try on the field. What does the video ref Phil Bentham think?
Well, Widnes will be kicking himself. Just have a look at the time that Michael Dobson has to get this kick where he wants it. Look at that, no pressure. Everyone's onside.
They're onside on the chase. I think we're looking for a knock-on in this phase of play here. It's Kevin Brown who's jumping for it. Looks like it goes forwards off him. It's a knock-on by Widnes again. So it's still live for Salford at this time. Got a closer view. I don't think Junior Sow touches that ball at all. I just think it's lost in the attempt to catch. And then we've got a second knock-on there. So I think that's all right from there. Not seen a knock-on from Salford. Fair contest. There's no challenge in the air. And in any case, if it does touch Junior Sow, it's always going to come backwards, isn't it? So I think it's play on from there. So we wouldn't have a knock-on anyway. So I think this will run through to the try being awarded to Salford. Here we go, just check the grounding. Should be all right. Fine. That's Salford in the lead.
Daniel Vito comes back from the concussion test. He's already got 1. Is there a second? There is! And Salford hit the front. Daniel Vito doubles on 6 occasions in the NRL. 3 with Canberra, 1 with St George Illawarra, 1 with Brisbane, and now a double in Salford colours in Newcastle.
Well, credit is Salford's side. The score's 4 points to 12 against them, and they've come out. They've really challenged the Widnes defensive line. And that's a good kick, not dealt with by Widnes. And the big man, Daniel Vido, gets over for his try. Kevin Brown has too many Salford Red Devils shirts around him. And on Super Josh Day, the Super Red Devils get over for a try to take them in front for the first time.
Change of kicker, Michael Dobson with the responsibility from this near side. That's a fantastic kick from Michael Dobson. And Salford don't just hit the front, they've now extended that, and the 4-point margin now in favour of the Red Devils. 16 points to 12.
Well, in the first half, it was that man, Kevin Brown, that controlled it. But in this second stanza, Michael Dobson has come to the fore. Wonderful jump by Junior Sal, the centre. Flips it back. Daniel Vido, try number 2. What a great fight back from the Salford Reds.
Said he could have a big influence when he gets back on the pitch, Vido. But Michael Dobson, full control of this game in the second half. You give him time, you give him space, he'll come up with players like that.
Dobson and O'Brien happy to share the goal kicking. That's the sixth game in a row that they've both been on the mark with the boot. Logan Tompkins waits. Here is Robert Louis. Kicks. Ambury is there, but Widnes will have to start from 5 metres away from their own line.
Yeah, not choosing to play out the set of 6. You can see that they're really physical, they've stepped it up here.
It's Junior Sow again, he's not happy. 5 minutes ago, he got his head in the wrong place, and I think he's done something similar now. He's a full-blooded, fully charged, 100% character. And Junior Sow, while he's trying to affect that tackle, I think he gets his head wrong again. But no, I'm wrong. I think he gets a whack.
George, get a whack from Griffin, who comes
George
out the back.
Griffin, a bit of friendly fire knocks him for 6.
Just stay tight, guys, Marcus. Ben.
I suppose we should have expected a Salford comeback after you both take Widnes at the start of this.
Yeah, I'm regretting that statement at the minute. But I still think there's a twist in the tail. This game isn't finished yet. It's less than 10 minutes.
Widnes attacks strongly in the shape of Dudson. Rolls into Griffin. Kick hammered forward by Joe Mellor.
Trying to get distance on that, only making 19 metres, bringing the ball away from the line. So because of Salford's defence and that steely defence, look at them, they're now near Widnes's line, near Widnes's half. First Carney again, it just seems to be the same old, doesn't it? Carney, then Vido. Who else wants it after them? And then Big Masilla.
Yeah, Ben Murdoch, Masilla roaming forward again. Good play the ball for Sal. Inside the Vikings red zone again. The Red Devils. Tompkins. Inside for Louis. Louis for Dobson. Back on the inside. O'Brien. The planned move doesn't come off again. They're getting closer.
Well, they were lucky then, because Hep Cale was the man who hit somebody, the ball play, and then the ball was turned inside. So there was space there because of the hit from Cale. But you can see some of the Widnes players now, they look out on the feet, don't they?
Yeah, they look tired, but I'm surprised that Salford wanted to sort of go on for another try. Look, they've taken the lead for the first time, and you've got to understand that stay down there. They're allowing Widnes to slowly but surely get back into the game, and I'm with you guys. You know, there could be a twist to this match.
8 to go though, and the Vikings staring at an 8th consecutive defeat. Can they turn this round, as Salford have done to them?
Well, Salford just pushing Widnes towards the sideline, then just not overplaying the defensive structure. Kevin Brown looking to weave a bit of magic. Manaka forward. He create his own gap.
There's a good offload to Bridge, and Bridge, it's a great flick from Bridge, and Corey Thompson denied.
Outstanding tackle, Ben. Outstanding defensive effort from Salford. And they dropped the ball close to Widnes's try line. Watch Chris Bridge. He commits Dobson. He's waiting for Carney to bite in. He doesn't bite in, buys enough time. And Corey Thompson and Justin Carney have had a good battle today. Manakafor, who gets that offload away, made a big difference in the first half. He's come on and replaced Gil Dudson. Can he do the same in the dying embers of this game?
Corey Thompson, one of the most lethal finishers in the Super League. 14 Super League tries. The Vikings leading marksman. Great tackle though to deny it.
I love edge players when they back themselves. Justin Carney, he knows what Chris Bridge has got. He knows that he's a very good player. He's trying to suck him in when he's holding that ball out. And when you've got someone like Corey Thompson, who scored 14 tries this year, who knows his way to the try line, you've got to back yourself to show him the outside and come up with that tackle.
Salford in possession, the shape of Ryan Lannon, 20-year-old. Here is Tompkins. Robert Louis. Masilla. Murdoch Masilla gets away from the first challenge. He's left Runciman in a heat momentarily as well.
Well, the big powerful back row, he had a bit of a goose step then as he brought through the line.
Robert Louis, Michael Dobson. Now it's Haraki. And
Good
O'Brien.
spot.
Shut
Corey
down
Thompson.
there, yeah, Corey Thompson with a sensational tackle. Dobson though, quick play the ball. Haraki's away. What a Haraki! Stopped by Thompson. And then Dobson spills it. The pressure mounting on these two teams. The 2 points absolutely vital.
Well, it's the last tackle, and Michael Dobson knows what he wants to do, and unfortunately the ball's a little bit behind him. The pass isn't accurate, and he drops the ball, hands possession over. Well, both sides, I think they still believe that they can win this game, both of them.
Houston for the Vikings. Cahill. Now Luluai. That's White. Joe Mellor. It's Runciman and now Brown. Murdoch Masilla can't get to him.
They could fall into a danger of trying to shift the ball and just play on the outside of the Red Devils instead of trying to play through them, isolate some defenders.
Cahill. Lloyd White. Mellor goes high, cross field. Testing O'Brien again. It's great work from the fullback to collect and launch the counter.
And the kick was just too long. Another week you hear us talk about kick the ball long, defend, but when you're running out of time, you need to make sure that as soon as that ball goes in the air, it's a contest between two of your attackers and one man, and that one man is the fullback.
Justin Carney off again.
It's incredible, isn't he? Look at him. Took the ball in, he's left two Widnes defenders on the
Took
floor.
Mellor and Dean with him, and the speed of the play of the ball has encouraged this attack. It's Josh Jones who dumps the ball back. Here is Dobson. Now Kopchak. Kopchak puts a step on. There was no support with him. He looked around for a teammate to pass it to. There was no one there. Here is Tompkins. Now Louis. And O'Brien. Junior Sow into the tackle of Runciman. Frenetic moments. Last one coming up. Louis with a kick. It's cross field, but it's taken brilliantly by Reece Hambury.
Yeah, well, you didn't know if you're a Widnes player whether that ball was going to go in the air or it was just going to be dropped onto the toe to go behind the try line. But good positioning from Reece Hambury. They lose the ball here.
They've got it back, Salford. They're going to.
Well, it's a high tackle. Is there a high tackle on Joe Mellor? That's the only thing this could be pulled up for. I think it's Wella Haraki.
Good spot, Barry. Same page as James Child.
I can spot a high tackle. There you go, Wella Haraki.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt there.
No.
I think the touch at the start was calling for a knock-on, and I think James Child decided to run with it, seeing that they were going to score, and just check on that high tackle as well. I think it's a fairly obvious one.
Here we go. The no try confirmed, much to the delight of the Widnes fans and that side of the stadium.
Yeah, we're probably about 15 metres from the line here. As James Child just calls in Wella Haraki. Yeah, he doesn't miss. Trying to wrap Joe Mellor up, comes over the top, clean penalty. As Widnes now kick the ball out of the field.
Well, this is the game, Tez. Salford have got to defend Widnes. Widnes have got to force the issue and get the ball over the white stripe to take this game.
Look at that, there was 12 penalties in the first half, just 2 in the second. Here we go, what's the end going to be like here?
Brown with a great ball, Houston at pace, stopped by Tompkins.
And all it could be is just a missed tackle in the final few minutes.
And a drop ball from Kevin Brown. Great defence from Salford.
Referee says play on. Salford do so. In the shape of Ryan Lanning.
Sorry, Ben, defensively they've been very, very good, Salford, in this game. And probably because they know that they're running out of time. Kevin Brown, well, when he goes short side, he looks for support inside, comes up with an error.
Josh Jones. The penalty goes Salford's way. And the way that Josh Jones is congratulated there just shows that Salford feel they're inching closer here. This is a vital 2 points.
Yeah, well, he wins that tackle, Josh Jones. He lands on his front. Houston's looking at his teammates. He knows that they're not set. It's been a big day for Ian Watson and Martin Gleeson on the coaching staff at Salford. But that, if you come up with a strong carry, a dominant run, you don't want to be turned on your back. You can earn your teammates penalties, and that's exactly what Josh Johnson does. Justin Carney, here
he's
he
had
goes
a good
again.
game. I know you said he was incredible. He's more like the Incredible Hulk. Struggled to handle him, struggled to put him down. But a good display from Salford.
As it stands, Widnes looking down the barrel of an 8 straight defeat and being dragged towards the bottom 4. And there's more problems here. Salford surely are going to go for 2 more points.
I don't think they will. I think they'd probably tap it, enjoy possession, keep possession.
No,
they
they're
are
going for 2.
Yeah.
That's why you were never captain, Barry.
That's about the 5th time I've been wrong today.
Well, it's an obvious option.
But I always think the danger is if you get the goal, you kick the goal, then you receive the ball near your line, and then you really are in jeopardy.
But they've got 1 minute to kick this, so the clock's just going to tick down, and then they've probably only got another maybe 30 seconds near their own line.
And of course, by making this decision to kick for 2 in the final minute of the match almost, they're guaranteeing at least a point.
Yep, they are.
It's the only option that they could have taken, and I must say, it's been a wonderful fight back, hasn't it? You know, the first 40 minutes, Widnes controlled it. That man, Kevin Brown.
I think they controlled the second 25 minutes of the second half. But when it's come time to step up, make those big plays, Steve-O, Salford have stepped up.
Well, not only that, it just turned it around. A lot more vigour, a lot more energy, and of course the wonderful play by Michael Dobson. And he's been influential to make sure that they pick up the 2 points, and they will.
He's had a mixed afternoon, Gareth O'Brien, but a chance now to put a real nail into the heart of his former club. He collects the 2 points, 18 points to 12, a point guaranteed. He wants 2.
Well, they want a short kick-off Widnes now. They'll be hurrying to kick this ball off. Just over 20 seconds, what have we got?
Here we go, short kick-off from Widnes. Does go 10, but collected almost by Junior Salford. He's knocked the ball on. Widnes do have a chance.
Yes, Stephen Marsh has come up with this ball here, Ben.
Inside the last 10 seconds. Lloyd White. That was Mellor. Now it's Reece Hambury gets the ball out to the right-hand side. As the hooter goes, they're still in place. Salford come up with it, and Salford have done it off. Joy for Ian Watson. It's been a really dogged fight to the end. They trail for long periods of the match, and they've come out to win a vital 2 points by 18 points to 12. It's only their 3rd win in 9 Magic games for the Salford Red Devils. Well, it's magic tonight, or magic this afternoon, I should say. The crowd relieved more than anything. Widnes, their losing run goes on. 8 straight now for Dennis Betts' men. Disconsolate for him, but those fans are jubilant. Salford Red Devils, well, they were beaten 12 months ago on this ground. Kevin Brown got a hat-trick, of course, and they've turned things round in 2016. 2 out of 2 against the Widnes Vikings in Super League this season, and 2 vital points for the Salford Red Devils.
And they'd be disappointed, Widnes, but the game goes to Salford. The 2 wingers, Carney and Vido, bossed by that man Dobson, particularly in the second half. Thought they really stood up and they were counted. They worked very hard for each other. They had Widnes on the back foot. They weren't completing the set to 6, but the day belongs to Salford.
The day belongs to Salford. It belongs to Michael Dobson, who is the Dacia